Welcome to online tutorial 10. Well, we're just about there. We're getting very close. But there's a lot of work to do, right? There's definitely a lot of work to do because there's still 40 marks that are sitting over there. Now, important to remember, those 40 marks are treated like an exam. So once you submit that final piece of assessment, you won't get the result back until you get your final results from QUT. And just so you understand why that's the case, you can't know your final grade until QUT has approved the grade. Okay, that's just the rules and requirements of the processes that govern universities. So that mark's held back. The feedback will be sitting there, and then once the final results are released, I open that back up as it normally would be, and you can come in and get the feedback, which will sit there for that. So there's a few things that are sitting in front of us. Hopefully your group have met. Hopefully you've had a conversation and you've said, hey, so the feedback for all groups is generic, and it's saying, well, whatever assumptions we were making about financial capital, ability to access these resources, but more specifically, the money we thought we'd be able to get, right? Either someone was going to give us some money or we had some money, gone. Forget those assumptions. And now look and say, okay, we still like the idea. We may have to change aspects of the idea, but how could we use emoji? How could we use coactions to move our idea forward, right? How can we work with others? How can we take advantage of trends in society, government policies, whatever the case may be? How can we latch this on to move it forward? Now, hopefully you can see the logic of wanting to do this, right? If you're dependent upon getting money to move an idea forward, then most ideas don't get moved forward, right? Because money doesn't grow on trees. But if you can connect your idea to trends, to forms of emoji, through partnerships to develop coactions, if you can imagine how that could happen, if that's possible, then your idea can move forward, okay? So you're actually removing some of the impediments by assuming you've got money and trying to find a different way. This may require you, typically, to reconfigure aspects of your value chain, which would enable you to view your operational environment differently. So, make sure you view online tutorial number 9. Very important in terms of the required structure. I'm saying to you, make sure you present 2 to 3 sentences tops, CPS statement. What did you previously say about someone had a problem or you saw an opportunity and this was the essence of your solution? So put that there. Now move forward and explain, well, in the absence of this financial solution, financial capital, we're going to explore these opportunities for emoji coactions. We see it having this change on our value creation and capture process. We see that being reflected in the way we interpret the environment in terms of the operational and selective environments. And therefore, this new CPS statement, this new revised CPS statement, is more compelling than where I started because that's your assignment. That's section 1. Okay? That's the way I would work through it. Just rewind back a minute, and if you go through that process, you'll be looking good. Now, in terms of section 2, for most people, I don't think there was enough dwelling on the primary question. Okay? So take the primary question, take it away, and just think about it. Just let it roll around in your mind for a few days, for a week, for 2 weeks, whatever it may be. And ask yourself, what have I discovered, what have I recognized, what have I learned that is new about me? That's the starting point. Not about people in society. We don't want you writing about people in society. This is a reflection that's totally inward. And so the general feedback that I've given in online tutorial 9, and which I'll reinforce here, is that most of the reflections need to be a lot more inward, more introspective, right? So rather than saying, why? Because I think it's good that people do this in society. Not interested in what we think people should do in society. Interested in what you think about your own thinking and your own feelings, all right? So keep bringing it back. That's how you get the depth, right? If you're up here, and you have an observation, and you translate that into what that means for society, that's moving sideways. If you've got an observation and you ask yourself, why do you hold that observation, that's moving deeper. And if you ask yourself, why do you have that level of belief, feelings, thinking, then that'll take it deeper. And that's what your 5 whys are trying to do. Keep inquiring, exploring why you hold the positions you do. And if you do that, you'll get depth. And that's what I'm assessing. Okay? Now, in terms of the workshop, I appreciate not everyone will be there because we've got work commitments and sport commitments and those sorts of things. But for those of you who come along, I'm interested for you to do your presentation. And in that presentation, again, it's 30 seconds to a minute. But I want you guys to be able to announce to the audience, okay, what energy and or coactions have you identified that would enable to move your idea forward in a different way. That's it, okay? That's what we're looking for you to do. So tell us, what's the problem you're trying to solve or opportunity you see there to be exploited? And how might energy and coactions help you to do that? And that's all you need to do. Any problems, any questions, just come and have a chat. I hope that you're starting to discover things about yourself, because that's the point of the unit. It's not to learn something from a book, it's to learn something about yourself, all right? Entrepreneurs aren't guided by books, they're guided by what's in their heart, all right? And obviously what's in their mind, all right? And we'll talk more about that in Workshop 3. Cheerio.